Hey fellas, this will be a short video because I managed to step away from the old Hogwarts Legacy for a short while, and by Merlin's beard is this game amazing. I've been anticipating this game for a few years now, ever since I saw the first leak online, so I had to give in and pre-order the deluxe edition of the game. I'm currently at 13% completion at about 10 hours of playtime, so this is just my first impressions of the game. Is it good? Does it live up to the hype? Am I being held hostage? As I said before, this is going to be a short video because I've got a much larger review coming out soon, as well as a bunch of other Hogwarts Legacy related content, so just be expecting that sometime soon. Let me cut to the chase. I'm going to talk about the things I like best first, and then tell you about my nitpicks, and then I'm going to go get back to gaming. Hogwarts Castle is amazing. That is the one greatest thing about this game, allowing players to fulfill their dream of exploring the entire building. And when I say the entire building, I mean it quite literally. From what I've seen thus far, every room can be accessed. And it's not just via standard doors, there are also hidden entrances through tapestries and toad portals that teleport you into a room with a door that opens up to a massive drop into a corridor. No joke, that was actually something I encountered. The developers said they took a lot of inspiration from both the books and the films, and Hogwarts reflects that, having a new yet familiar feeling. There are halls and rooms that I've never heard of before playing big roles into the game, such as the central hall, the hub that leads off to various wings and classrooms. It retains the familiarity though, with the exterior of the castle looking identical to the films, and with certain rooms looking exactly as they did in the movies, like the hospital wing or the main hall. It's easy to get lost in Hogwarts. I personally turned off the minimap because I don't mind getting lost on my way to potions and then spending 5 minutes figuring out a puzzle or helping out a student with something. The exploration is great. I also like what they did with collectibles. There are many different types, but there are these pages specifically that you come across, and when you pick them up they give you a bit of lore or context about something, like a painting or a tapestry or a certain room and so on. That is a nice nod to the fans of the Wizarding World, but also serves to introduce people who aren't so familiar with the franchise to all of the lore. The combat is good. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's good enough to stay interesting 10 hours in, and I have a feeling it won't get boring for a long while. It does have a slight learning curve because you have 4 spells you're juggling all whilst parrying or dodging, but once you get used to it, it's a breeze but a fun one, like a sneaky fart in a church during prayer time. Now I'll quickly fire through all the nitpicks. First off, this is not a Hogwarts simulator, so to speak, but more of a typical open world RPG. Picking your house doesn't affect much at all, the common room isn't used a lot, and there are no dynamic lessons like bully, but it's fine. I just had the expectations of all this being in the game, but the main story is engaging enough to warrant a lack of all those things, so it's not too big of a deal. The NPCs are criticized a lot, and I can see why. There are a ton of decorative NPCs scattered across the map that don't do anything, they just stare off into space, or maybe they're trying to bring back the mannequin challenge. Either way, I want to commit mass genocide. Finally, I don't especially enjoy the armor aspect of the game. I know, I said this was a typical RPG, and that's obviously why they've included it, but it's really not necessary for a game like this. They should have just kept the cosmetic aspect, because there is so much clothing customization, which is ruined by the armor you keep having to replace every 5 minutes, because the game throws better stats at you out of every chest you loot. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. I hope this video has been informative. In my own personal opinion, I think this game is really good, but that's because it feels very nostalgic to me. I've read the books and watched the films so many times, so it may not be the same for you. On a technical level, the game is a standard open world RPG game. On a Harry Potter Wizarding World level, this game is really great for the big fans of the franchise, but it's missing some things that people were hoping for. After playing for 10 hours though, I'm enjoying it, so I guess that's the conclusion. See ya.